What's good and what up? It's your brother Sam, and hear it viral. Hip hop news. Do me a favor, family. Before we get started with the content, y'all know what to do. Go up top and hit that like button. Alright, so we all seen or heard about Leaving Neverland by now, the HBO documentary involving Michael Jackson and two males accusing him of pedophilia back when they were children. Very, very troubling documentary. We see people now coming out, voicing their displeasure about Michael Jackson. A lot of people very upset about the documentary coming out. Michael Jackson's family going on various airwaves to talk on behalf of their dead uncle, their dead family member, pleading his innocence. It's a very troubling situation when you got an icon in music, when we all know his history, his past, and now it seems as though it's trying to be manipulated into destroying his name. Before I get or go any further, I want to play a clip that T.I. actually dropped on his IG. This is involving an interview, a never before heard interview involving Michael Jackson and Piers Morgan. I believe this was back in '99, talking directly about child pedophilia, the accusations brought on to Michael Jackson, how he personally feels about it, answering questions directly, very candid. I'll play a little bit of that clip and I'll come back with my 1-2. Let's go.
I would slit my wrist before I would. Yeah. I could never, ever. If it wasn't for children, I would throw in the towel. I would kill myself. I wouldn't care to live. They give me my inspiration. They tried to use it against me. It's just been so unfair, and I'm very upset about it. I would love to live in London. It's just the press is so hard on me here, and I try to do so good. I go to their hospital, I give presents to the children. As soon as I leave, the next day they go, Wacko Jacko left the hospital, and he ignored all the children. And it hurt my heart. Purposely, I flew Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse all the way from Euro Disney. I brought them with me to surprise the children. I brought bags of presents and everything, and I spent time with the kids, and they made fun of me. Leave me alone and let me do what I want to do, which is share and give and put a smile on people's face and make their heart feel happy.
Alright, so right after T.I. dropped that on his IG, he dropped this on his Twitter. People always say, why did he spend so much time with children? As though the idea that he didn't want to have sex with them is incomprehensible. It's such a slap in the face to the countless men who work with or for children and child welfare with their well-being at heart, which I couldn't agree with more. We all know Michael Jackson lived a very, very different kind of lifestyle, a lifestyle often none of us people can really explain. But because we couldn't explain it and because we didn't have an answer for it, we automatically tried to make assumptions and tried to cast aspersions over a man's life that we really had no idea about. Now, as far as the children are concerned, this man was looked at by the FBI for over 10 years, sat in court, sat in cases numerous times, was violated by numerous authority figures. I remember times where he would talk about being stripped naked and searched and all kind of wild things they did to Michael Jackson and found absolutely nothing. Each and every time found absolutely nothing. Now, a documentary put together on a huge network with great actors can make anybody's mind believe anything. And especially when you have these kind of gray clouds hanging over your head like Michael Jackson did throughout his life. We all heard the whispers, we all heard the rumors. Michael Jackson was known or thought to be known to be doing these kind of things over and over again throughout his career, over and over again being found innocent. Even some of the children who once are now are grown have came out and openly said, man, Michael Jackson never did any of these things. These are wild allegations. This is terrible. Now, I have to ask myself, and I have to take myself out of the seat of being a fan, which I have every time I've spoken about Michael Jackson. I have to ask myself why. Why would somebody try to attack Michael Jackson? Just like I ask myself, why would somebody attack R. Kelly? But what does he have that they want? I ask myself that about R. Kelly. I Believe I Can Fly, the incredible catalog, all the writings that he did, all the publishing that he created. That's a lot of money's worth of work, but they already own it. So you got to miss me with that. I don't really believe that. Now I ask myself that with Michael Jackson. And you look at his catalog and what he owns. And you look at his assets and what he left. And that, makes a little sense to me why someone, why higher people, why powers that be would want to take their hand and grab those assets. You also heard Michael Jackson say numerous times, they're trying to kill me for my publishing, they're trying to kill me for my catalog, and now we see this. I am not one that you often talk about conspiracy theories, but we have to really look at this from a third eye perspective and not be manipulated and not be so just steered in a direction that the media wants us to be steered in. HBO makes countless and countless numbers of great bodies of work when it comes to movies and documentaries, and it wouldn't be far-fetched for even the biggest Michael Jackson supporter to watch that documentary and maybe have some questions. So we have to be careful before we watch a narrative, not to be steered, and to have an open mind and make sure everything makes sense before we jump to such terrible conclusions. Because as of right now, Michael Jackson is slowly being deleted from people's lives when he had more of an impact with his music than anybody has ever in the history of music. And that doesn't condone if he in fact did do anything terrible, anything out of bounds to an underage child. None of his music condones that. But if he didn't, let's not erase him before we properly find out. That's just my 1-2. Y'all leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of T.I.'s comments. Let me know what you think of the Never Heard Before interview, a little bit of a clip of Michael Jackson speaking on that exact topic, child pedophilia, and his involvement in it. Very, very emphatically denying the situation. Very heartfelt, very emotional. But y'all let me know what you think. Also, in the description box, there's links to our Twitter and IG, which you also see up top. And make sure you subscribe to all the movements that myself, Sam Ant, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News, runs. Push Up with Sam Ant, the Wake and Bake podcast coming exclusively soon on Viral Hip Hop News. And of course, I'm the co-host of the most underrated, most dangerous podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever else to date. The Uncensored True podcast from my brother, Oh God, over at Hip Hop News Uncensored. Dropping content every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and live every Friday evening at 8 p.m. exclusively on Hip Hop News Uncensored. Can't wait to get back over there and get to work with my brother, man. Always a good time. Always trying to keep it raw, real, and uncut here at Viral Hip Hop News. Until next time, until next story, I sincerely appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.
You know, it's always these conspiracy theories that your uncle was actually killed for other reasons. You know, they talk about, you know, owning the Beatles catalog and things like that. Do you think that it was an actual plotted out murder?
You know, my uncle owned pretty much half the music industry publishing companies. I mean, we're talking everything from the James Bond theme to, I mean, he was getting paid and paid and paid. And, you know, he became too powerful.
I didn't realize that. I knew he owned the Beatles catalog. I didn't know he owned the James Bond theme. What else?
He pretty much owned anything that, you know, Babyface's catalog, anything that Sony writers, you know, Oasis, anything that people. Yeah, I mean, he had a deal where he owned half of Sony Music's catalog.
Half of Sony's catalog? That's crazy.
What? Why would they give that to Michael?
Because they wanted the Beatles that bad. Anyone that was close to him would tell you, they want to kill me for my catalog.
Wow.
He would say that all the time. They're trying to kill me for my catalog.